Welcome to AWOY Gaming, episode 32. No, actually, episode 33. I forgot to say it in the last podcast. I'm your podcast MC, Perry Morton, and I hope you all been doing good as it is Super Bowl Sunday here in the States. And actually, I have a guest over the pond. His name is Danny Gray. How you doing today, bro?
I'm not bad. Over the pond, quite far away.
I know, right? Over the pond.
It's only a short walk.
As he's in UK. And basically, if you're new to the show, the way we do it is that we talk about video games, but in a way that it might have played an influence on yourself or another person or the gaming industry in itself. But we also just talk about straight video games because at the end of the day, they're video games and we just love playing them. So with that being said, Danny, my first question to you is, what have you been playing here, man?
What have I been playing? So I'm on my like my 7th run of Doom.
Oh
yeah. So I've just been playing Doom just on every platform at the moment.
Why?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great. Such a good game. Just life in general is just like such a stress, and I think Doom is just, it's just, you go in and it's just, there's no bullshit. It's just, within 5 seconds of you starting the game, you've got your thumb down some demon's eye and you smash his head down.
Okay.
And it's like, it's just a no bullshit game. Like it's just so good. But I've been playing it on the Switch, on the Xbox One. And I sort of dabble back to the PC as well because it's just a bit better on PC. But yeah, I've been playing it everywhere. So my fiance, I've got an Xbox One at hers, and I bought Doom again just so that I could play it over there. And then Doom came out on the Switch, and then I was like, oh great. And then
which is the best way for you to actually play it?
I think Doom is just born and bred PC. I think Doom is just as much as console is good and convenient, it's you can't beat a keyboard and mouse for FPS games. It's just so much more accurate. Do you play on PC?
No. Like, I need to invest in the PC because, like, I feel like you'll get the best output with the PC, but I do just have console just because of money situations.
Yeah,
but it is the dream, of course, to have a PC and like stream. So, with that being said, what made you decide to go the PC route?
So when I was a lot younger, I saw trailers for Crysis.
Crysis, I've never heard of it.
Have you never heard of Crysis? You know the term. Oh, can it run Crysis? Or
Yeah.
So it's like it was a game that came out in like 2007. I think it was EA. It was Crytek. It was running on CryEngine 2. It's really demanding game, and it literally took a beast of a computer back in the day to run it. It was one of those games that you shoot a bullet through some vegetation and the leaves like go around the bullet and shit. And in 2007, that's like shit. This is the balls, like. And it only came out on PC. It didn't sell very well. It was pirated quite a lot, but it got Crysis 2 and 3 on the 360 and PS3 and PC. They came out a little while after. They don't make them anymore. There's no other Crysis games coming out, but I saw that game, and my dad had a computer, and he put sort of like a mid-range graphics card in it at the time, and it was just about powerful enough to play it at low to medium settings. And my goal was just to play that at ultra and just see all the details and stuff. So from that day, I wanted to invest in PC. But I was still on console. Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, just bear in mind, this game came out in 2007. Like, if you look at console games that came out around that sort of time, it just blows them out of the water, and it's just mad. And you really, it's just insane what they did with that game visually. The gameplay is kind of okay, but like the physics in it and stuff is just awesome. And like you can run up to a car and then you go into this like beast mode for maximum strength, and then you punch the car and it just goes flying, and it's just really, really cool. But obviously there's so much better out now, but at the time it was just nuts. And eventually I built my own PC, and then I at the time the 360 and the PS3 were like really showing their age, as when I really started to get into it. Because I mean, how long were the PS3 and Xbox 360 out? Like years.
From like
they were out for
2005. No, I would say 2006 to about 2011 or 12.
Yeah. I mean, that's, if you think about it, that's a long cycle. Like that's a really, really long time to have one machine with no improvements out. Like if you think about it, we've had the PS4 and the Xbox One. We've already had a revision, like almost 3 times for the Xbox, for example. Like we had the S, which had a slight overclock on the chip, which kind of improved things, you know, and added some features, and that kind of happens. But the PS4 Pro, there's obviously going to be another thing to come out to compete with the Xbox One X, isn't there? Because PS4 Pro kind of is quite, well, it's a lot weaker than the Xbox One X. But I mean, that we've only had these ones for, when did these come out? 2013?
Oh yeah, 2012. I would think 2012 is when it officially launched, wasn't it? You talking about the PlayStation?
PS4 launched February 22nd, 2014. So we're coming up the 4th anniversary soon.
Cool. So,
oh wait, that's Japan. That's Japan. No, November 15th, 2013 for the PS4. Even that's still a long time ago. Like.
Yeah,
but even then, we've had some revisions, and we didn't have that. We didn't have like improved chips, improved components as such, if you know what I mean. Like Xbox One X is like it could have been a brand new release, you know.
But do you agree with do you agree with the Xbox's style of just going ahead and say, no, we'll keep it in the Xbox One family?
Yeah.
That way it doesn't separate it. Because I feel like that was probably like it should have been. It was good that they did that, because it was kind of like their PlayStation Pro, like you said. But at the same time, it's like you can play on 81. We're just saying that you're going to get the best output on the Xbox One X, and like that's kind of sort of like PC. Now, did you ever play Half-Life?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I'm fairly new into like enjoying completely all video games because of due to school and not playing football or actual American football, when we put it that way.
Yeah.
And it kind of took up my time during my high school years, or, you know, my college years of my life. So I didn't have much time. So like when I hear about these games like Crysis, first time I looked it up, that shit looks great.
Yeah. I mean, you could go back to it now and you'd probably have fun with it. And I mean, if you just appreciate games in general, and if you can go back to like retro games and things like that, like Super Mario, and enjoy it, a game like Crysis, you 100% be able to just go back to that and play for it and have fun. Like,
oh yeah, because like I can go back to playing Final Fantasy VII all day. So it's just like the same way. Like someone actually said that you should play Earthbound because it's really good. Well, I never had access to Earthbound, but now that I have my 3DS instead, I don't have the SNES. It's like, oh, I can go ahead and play it.
Yeah. No, I never dipped into Earthbound personally. What is that, like a? Was it like an
RPG kind of?
Like an old RPG, like one of the.
Like, from what I played of it, it's like aliens are taking over the world, and like you're a kid and you're saving it.
Okay, it sounds kind of cool.
It does. I wish Nintendo would like revamp it to like, you know, play more of it, because it's not like your traditional. It's kind of like your traditional turn time, but you don't actually see your characters when you're fighting the alien.
Right. Okay.
So it's like, oh, it's just because it was back in the on the Super Nintendo that it was like that. So
yeah,
it's rather interesting. So Doom, because like me personally, I have had a hard time with playing first-person shooters just because I kind of get sick playing them.
What, like just motion sickness?
Yeah, motion sickness, just because of it. But I feel like now that I'm older, I can get over it and play it. Do you think a game like Doom or Destiny is the way to start, or should we go back and play like BioShock or something?
What in terms of like not feeling sick?
Not trying to feeling sick, but overall appreciation of first-person shooters.
You know, I think probably Half-Life 2 is a good place to start to get that kind of feeling. I mean, Half-Life 2 was I guess it was pretty ahead of its time. I think a lot of people have that opinion of it. I mean, I started playing Half-Life 2. It was a couple of years, I think, after it came out, because I remember just walking into a store and seeing it on the shelf and being like, oh shit, my PC can't run that. I have no chance. So but then eventually, again, like I said, I picked it all up, and that was one of them. The best thing I can remember is that I really wanted to dive into Counter-Strike and Half-Life and all of that, and there was a Half-Life 2 Game of the Year edition that came out, and it came out with Half-Life 2 episode 1 as well, I think. No, actually, I don't think it came with the episodes, but it had Counter-Strike Source, Half-Life, and Half-Life Source, and all of the games that released up to that point, basically, for like 15 quid I paid for it, and I just dived straight into all of those Valve games and breezed through Half-Life 2 and played loads of Counter-Strike Source as well. And but at that time, just all of those games by Valve were just awesome. Counter-Strike was really like hardcore multiplayer. Half-Life 2 just literally changed the way that people saw single player first-person shooters, I think I would say. Yeah, I mean, the best place to start in terms of FPS games, I'd say it's definitely Half-Life 2. It's not a really fast game either, so you can kind of go through it while I don't think you'll have issues with motion sickness with Half-Life 2. It's well paced. Like, there's a lot of roaming around, and there are a lot of shootouts which are quite fast paced. But I mean, it's cheap enough to just buy on a whim and just give it a go. I mean, whatever PC you've got now will likely run it, to be honest with you. You shouldn't really have any issues with it. Not only that, if you're on Xbox One, actually, the orange box is backwards compatible, which comes with Half-Life 2, Episode 1, Episode 2, and Portal as well, which is good. So yeah, I mean, you could even run it on your Xbox and give that a go that way if you're not wanting to do it on PC. But yeah,
okay.
But I don't think Doom is a good place to start. Doom will probably make you vomit.
Okay. I think it's not even like, I think I like, because I have Overwatch and I just love the idea of that game, but it's like after like a couple rounds or so, it's just like, okay, I'm starting to feel sick. I gotta stop playing this right now. Yeah. Basically, Doom is basically Overwatch times by 100. Okay.
Except like this, I mean, if you're not feeling sick because of the fast motion, you're probably going to feel sick because of what's actually in the game. Like, it's so brutal, it's unreal. Like,
oh no, I can hear mature rating shit, so it doesn't matter to me about that. So like, I love mature ratings. It just I feel like that's the most genre that I played last year. So what is your favorite type of genre of video game?
I don't really have a favorite genre. It's just, I've had this kind of weird issue lately with games, and I did tweet it out lately. You might have seen it, but it just feels like a lot of games lately feel like I should be paid to play them.
Being rushed to be played?
No. Like I feel like I should be getting paid to actually play them. Like they feel. So, some games feel like a job,
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, I mean, Destiny 2 is great, and I enjoy playing it, but it gets to a point, for example, in Destiny where I'm like it's such a grind fest, and it's like I just, and The Witcher 3, for example, did you play that?
Oh yeah, I played that first time last year,
Yeah.
and I beat it because like, well, I'll go deeper. Just continue with that. It's on you. Yes, I did play it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, we'll just go deeper into that as soon as you finish what you have to say. I don't want to cut you off.
Oh yeah, no, it's cool. But basically, like that was like that game is huge. You know, like there's so much to that game, and I really like what they've done. But I haven't been able to finish it because there's just so much to do, and I feel like, you know, I'm you know, riding along on the horse, and this pops up, this pops up, this pops up, and this is all while I'm going to this main quest, and I'm like, right, I've just passed like 6 things, and I want to do it all, but I can't decide. and then I'm like, you know, and then I just kind of get distracted, and then I've then progressed like nowhere in the main quest, and I've literally made like a really minor dent in The Witcher 3, but I've spent a lot of time like just roaming around and free roaming and just, you know, slicing up wolves and shit. And
no, what about Breath of the Wild, Zelda?
Yeah, again, that's another thing. I've got that. I've dabbled with it. One of my colleagues that I used to work with was obsessed with it. He kept moaning at me at work and saying that I need to crack on with it, and I'd bring my Switch into work to play in my lunch break, and I'd give my Switch to him to get me a bit further in it.
Oh wow, bro! You definitely
know. But it's Zelda's something that I need to get back on. But yeah, I mean, when I got the Switch, I had Zelda, and that's the only one that I had to play for like months, and that should have been the time really that I just dived straight into it and blitzed it, but unfortunately it's now in the backlog list.
Well, for me, what it was is because like I wanted to start reviewing games, and like one of my friends said that, well, if you're gonna like, I beat Breath of the Wild, of course, because that's one of my all-time favorite series. It just is. But he said, you haven't played The Witcher. I'm like, I know. He's like, well, you need to play The Witcher just to like, so just appreciate your open worldness. And I'm not going to kid you, Dan. It really was like, I beat Breath of the Wild. I went to play Horizon Zero Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to go play The Witcher 3. You go back to finish The Witcher 3. Went back to finish it. So it was just like, my taste for open world last year was just through the roof. It was just like, God. It was like,
yeah.
And the thing is, though, I didn't do everything in Breath of the Wild, but I still enjoyed it and appreciated it. I love The Witcher. I didn't do everything in it, but I did everything in Horizon Zero Dawn and said, okay, this is an all right game. Like, it was just like, I'm done with open world for right now.
Yeah. No, yeah, I completely get where you're coming from. It's just, like it just feels like a job, doesn't it?
I mean, like, it's a job. Now, like, it's a job if you. It is a job if you were to look at it that way, and I get what you're saying. But like for me, I'm like, I want to have fun while I'm doing this, and I have fun every time I play a game. So just like, I get what you're saying. It's like, well, I got to do this and that, but like the end result is good. It makes you like, I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
But like you're talking about like Destiny being grindy, and like I get that. Do you feel the same way about the latest installment of Monster Hunter?
I haven't tried it yet. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I saw some footage, and it's. I mean, I tried it on the 3DS. I tried Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Is it? Yeah, I've got that on 3DS, and I really like how it looks visually on the console. Like, it's insane. Like visually on the console, like it's just mad. But it's just the combat. I just can't quite get a grasp of the combat. Like, I don't know what it is about those types of games. It's just like, it's just got that weird feel about it. Like, you know,
kind of like a For Honor feel to it, or
no, it's just like I don't know. Like, if I play a game that's like really combat focused, you say Oh, let me just look up here. Say, for example, oh, I don't know, man. God of War. You play God of War?
God of War, yeah.
Yeah, or like Devil May Cry or something like that. Like the combat is so fluent and so it just feels really good. It's just
like
the combat just yeah. It's just the combat just in Monster Hunter just doesn't feel good, and I feel like that's quite an important thing. Like there's only like 2 or 3 moves, isn't there? Like it's like 2 buttons.
Oh, no,
You've got
there's a lot
attacks.
of moves. Oh yeah, 2 buttons, but you can like definitely combo off of it. It's just crazy. I can't say too much because I'm currently reviewing progress from me. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, it is really fun
yeah,
from what I played so far.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole concept of it is good. It's just I wish that the combat was just a bit tighter. You know, I guess that's the best word I could use.
Okay, I mean, like I get exactly what you're saying because like it was different. Like just going in, like, well, this is nothing like what I played. Like because like you said, the combat in like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta or God of War, it's just like so fast and fluid and like fun. And, like you rave for a combo to go up and go, oh, I pulled that off.
Yeah.
And as in something like Monster Hunter, you're not going to see that whatsoever. You just got to be precise with your movement, and you got to look at the way you deal with the monster. And it's just fun, but it's just a different kind of fun.
yeah.
But what? Let me ask you this: what game, as this AWA gaming? I know you probably thought of it. What game has made the biggest influence on you?
That's probably Metal Gear Solid.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Okay. You're the first on this AWA gaming to say that. So everyone said Pokemon or Final Fantasy or something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this to the crowd or like to the listeners. They should know. I've never played Metal Gear Solid. I fucking love Kojima though, for some odd reason.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You've redeemed yourself already. That's fine.
I love Kojima. Like, I'm ready to play Death Stranding. What in the world? Let's start with this. What makes it such an influential thing on you? Why? What about that made you a better gamer as well?
It just made. I think the thing with Metal Gear Solid is that when it came out, there was nothing like that. You know, like that game came out on the PS1, and there was voiceover codec sequences, and do you know what I mean? The whole game was voiced. There was nothing like subtitled where you had to kind of like interpret what they were kind of how they were saying things, and you know, like it was just such a fleshed out story as well, and it was like watching a film, but getting something like that on a PS1. Who the hell would have thought that was going to be a thing before that game came out?
Yeah,
you know, like it was just so well done for its time, and just everything in that game was just perfect in my opinion. Like like I played that game when I was like 4, and I appreciated it then. And
how old are you right now?
I'm 23 in April.
Okay, so you're younger than me. So for you to actually say that is interesting because, like I said, I've had that game too. It's just like, wow, I never played it.
Yeah, but it's just, yeah. I mean, I just the main thing that it did for me was just appreciate that when a developer or somebody like Kojima can go into a project and be like, look, I want to make a game which is like Metal Gear Solid, for example, and make it so fucking well. And like, I can't fault a single game by Kojima. You know, like anything he's done, I just can't fault. But I mean, in terms of the question, really, it's just like it just made me really, really appreciate the media in a completely new way. And yeah, and I've just loved that franchise just ever since I played that game. Like, and I replay it at least once a year, sometimes multiple times a year.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a long game. I mean, when you play it through the first time, or even the first few times, you know the game inside out. You know, it's a pretty linear game. There's not many. There's not a. It's very linear. Like there's no choice whatsoever. Like it's a pretty straight path. Like, I mean, there's a couple of different routes that you can take, like to get to the same destination in the game. Like you start off in this hangar. Did you ever play a little bit of it? Or
I'm telling you, like I've never played I've seen some gameplay of one of the Metal Gears, and like it was played at my house. I remember seeing the ending, but to play the first one, no, I've never actually played the first one. So just like, what is everybody's fascination with this fucking series? It's just like, oh.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, in terms of the story, like you can't even. There's no simple way to explain it either. Like,
I know. I mean, that's the weirdness behind Kojima too. It's like, oh god.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at Death Stranding, and it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Actually, I'm interested in seeing Death Stranding because I'm like Kojima. Like, I've even looked at his logo shirts. I'm like, I want one.
Yeah, like the astronaut skull kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, I need this in my life, but why I don't have it yet? But like, does that increase your excitement for Death Stranding, knowing that? Okay.
Yeah, no, without question.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm so psyched for that game. That's like the only thing I'm alive for at the moment.
Well, I could even go on a limb and say that because mine was Final Fantasy 15, and like I actually had like a bad car accident like 2 years ago or something, right when the game was coming out. And it was like a couple months before then. I was just like, maybe God wants me to stay alive to play this game. Like, I'm ready.
Yeah, no, that's how I would take it if it were me.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. What's the question? So, are you still a streamer or no?
I put up a live video here and there. I haven't really taken it seriously. I mean, the annoying thing is, I worked really hard to get a nice following on Twitter of gamers. I mean, that's how we met as well, actually. Because I saw your channel and I was like, oh, he's a gamer, cool, follow.
Yeah.
You followed back, and what was it, back in September, I think, that you said about doing the podcast, and obviously time has just flown by. But the annoying thing is, I worked really hard to get this built up, and I wanted Twitter to be somewhere that I could go to speak to people about my hobby and interests, and which is mainly games and things like that. And I feel like I've done that quite well. But the only trouble with that is then turning this this Twitter into something else. It's difficult because the trouble is the way that it is at the moment for me is that if I have a lot of people on my Twitter that see things, but they don't necessarily know who I am. So do you know what I mean? So it's like, I think to be a good streamer and to take that stuff seriously, I kind of have to start again, and ignore, and just kind of like ignore what I've got up to now. I mean, and then build something from a new audience base. But it's not something that I've really thought about. Really, I've done a few polls to see where is best to do it, and a lot of people are very pro Twitch. They're
pro Twitch. Yeah.
YouTube's not the place for streaming, according to those who voted. I like you. I don't mind YouTube streaming, but personally, I watch most of my streams on YouTube anyway. I don't really use Twitch.
That's interesting. So, do you watch Dr. Disrespect and like a couple other gamers just through YouTube?
I've seen some of Dr. Disrespect stuff, but I'm not really I don't really follow a lot of people on Twitch and the whole streamer thing. I don't really follow a lot of people that do it.
Well, I think there's something like where we have to come down to like as the whole gaming company, like gaming family, like what do we actually want to do? Do we just want to watch other people play the game? Because like I've had some people that are actually had their own Twitch channel go like, well, they'd rather see you play the game rather than they play the game themselves. It's just like, how do you get excitement out of it? Like, how do you feel the appreciation of actually playing the game, not really playing it?
I'm
look at game.
Carry on.
Like I said, we have games like Uncharted that feel like movies, and like I love Uncharted. One of my favorites. It's just that someone that's never that doesn't like video games can sit there and say they really like that game because it's nothing more than just a movie to some people.
I think for games like that, there's no comparison like playing it yourself. Like the trouble is, I think games, the hobby in general is expensive.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people that want to play all of these games and want to play them fully, but there's people that find it difficult to keep up, like financially, with the hobby, and two, people that just have a busy life, and can't sink 12 hours into a single player game or 100 hours into a game like The Witcher, for example, but they can watch somebody for maybe an hour a night or 2 hours a night playing it and share the experience with them. And for people that are in that boat, it's fair enough. But for me personally, I like to experience it myself, like fresh off the boat. Like Uncharted, for example, I wouldn't watch somebody streaming that because I'd want to play that myself, and I'd want to see how the story develops and how the characters develop themselves, and I'd want to see all of that firsthand.
Yeah, like honestly, like games like Uncharted or hell, like you said, Witcher. Like some games you just have to experience for yourself. Others you might go like, oh, it's not worth me buying, so I'll just watch someone else play it. And okay, I see that. I know the ending. I can talk to someone about it, and it's fun. But
yeah.
What it comes down to is that you said that like this hobby is expensive, and granted, it can get expensive. It all depends on like release dates and like whenever a game comes out, and it's the way my best friend he does it. He writes everything down on a piece of paper, and he puts it on the bulletin board, and he'll just go like, "Okay, this game comes out this day, this day, this day. I need to start paying on this game now." I'm like, "Oh, okay," and he'll end up with every game he wants. It's just that, and they'll have discount club like the Gamers Club at Best Buy if you have a Best Buy in the UK or anywhere like Amazon, like the whole percentage off thing. That's great. It goes like it decreases it, but so financially it might look like it's not the best, but over time it looks better now than it did like when we were growing up. Like regardless, the game's gonna be $60 now, but it's gonna be maybe like 48. It all depends on if you go that route, or you might just end up like with just 2 games a year because that's the only 2 games you want.
Yeah.
And like, cause like that's been the argument with Nintendo, right? It's just that they don't make a lot of big games, even though they had 2 juggernauts go up for Game of the Year last year.
Yeah.
So for someone to sit there and say that Nintendo doesn't put out anything, that's wrong. When they have multiple games, you just won't give it a shot.
Yeah.
Would you say exactly. That? Because like you're just gonna go. Like, if anything, that the only reason people including myself, got the Switch is not because I love Nintendo. It's just that one, you gave me Zelda at the beginning of it, and then 2, you gave me Mario at the end of it. So it's like I'm straight. Like I'm straight with Nintendo. But of course, me being a gamer and loving it, I went back and played more games for the system to appreciate what they're doing with the Switch. Now, how do you feel about the Switch?
I love the Switch. I think it's the best console that came out.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I think it's probably my favorite console that I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's nothing better than a concept like that and they pull it off and it just fucking works, you know.
Nintendo Switch just chilling around the house, you know. But okay. See what he got. See, he's got the red and blue and
I didn't have a choice.
You didn't have a choice.
No, they didn't have any of those in stock. But
but anyways, you got the better one, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, so it's Nintendo. So what? I ask this question to everybody that comes on that's a Nintendo fan, including myself. What is it about people that say that Nintendo doesn't make anything new? In your opinion?
I think Nintendo they stick to their franchises that they've had and that they made a long time ago, but they continually make things feel new. You know, like Zelda, for example. And, you know, Mario Kart, you can't really do much to that, but you can't fault it either. It's a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
And the same with, I mean, Mario Odyssey. I think Mario Odyssey is a perfect example of, you know, a lot of people say, oh, it's not new. It's, you know, it's another Mario game. It's like, yeah, it's another Mario game, but the game is completely different to how Mario was born, you know? Like, it's just
the fact that they're saying, like, talking about, like, the same story. It's like, oh, it's the same story, so it's nothing new. I'm like, well, it's the same. It might be the same story, but it's told a different way, and it's better every time.
Yeah. It's just all about gameplay mechanics and improving that and adding more. And they do that. And, you know, it's... The thing is, Nintendo do a better job of keeping their older franchises feeling new and refreshed than companies do, like, for example, Activision with Call of Duty and Battlefield, and, you know, those games get released every year and people still buy them because, you know, they're still good games, but they do a lot less to keep those feeling new and exciting than Nintendo do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what... I think that's why when you look at franchises, let's say like Final Fantasy, like you see the number, but it's like, well, it's the same game, just different characters. I'm like, yeah, and with that argument, it's the same art. Like I'm trying to defuse your argument because Mario is held to such a high caliber level that anything that shit, like the fan base will let you know, and it's the same way with any other game that comes out. So Odyssey is a great game. Like, it's something different, something new, and it's like it's more. Here's how I say it: for gamer, if you were to call yourself hardcore or casual or whatever you want to call yourself, they will love Mario for what that is, because like you and me, it's probably one of the first of many video games we ever played together, or like as a gamer. Mario is. But when it comes to Zelda, it's just a different level, different caliber of intensity that you carry yourself to play that franchise, because you know that it's not going to be easy going into each one. You might think it might be hard at first, but you gradually get better. It's not like a Dark Souls, but it's just something you love about the franchise.
Yeah.
Now, are you a Dark Souls fan or no?
I've bought every single one that came out. I've again dabbled with them. I haven't been able to finish them because I'm just shit.
It's all good. I've only played Dark Souls 3, so
yeah. Even then, I mean, I wouldn't say you're missing much by not playing the other ones. Like it's the same formula. You know, it's you know, you just die and you die and you die.
But I'm ready for it on the Switch, though. That'd be the great thing for it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that the thing is with Dark Souls, like you need I think you need a pretty stable frame rate to not die so much, and I'm hoping that the performance isn't too bad. I'm hoping that it's a pretty locked 30 FPS game on the Switch, because it's going to be, I think it's going to be an extra difficulty barrier, especially playing it with those controls, and I think it might be a little bit harder. But it'll be interesting to see how it plays on the Switch. It's going to be interesting for definite.
Okay, now for your Switch, I'm just curious, just as a gamer geek kind of, are you buying all cartridges, or are you going straightly digital, or how do you feel about digital?
Right, so for the Switch, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cartridges.
What games you got?
Splatoon 2.
Okay, good game. Amazing game.
I've only done the training level on that.
Yeah, get good, get good, get good.
I hated the control though, like the motion control for the aiming. That was stupid.
Turn it off.
I did. Yeah, no, I did. But yeah, like, why that's default, I don't know. Like that just seemed know. It just seemed really like gimmicky. But yeah, Doom, obviously. Skyrim, LA Noire, Zelda, Sonic Forces, and Super Mario Odyssey. I haven't got Mario Kart 8 yet. I've got some others digitally as well, but like Minecraft and Mr. Shifty, and yeah, that's about it, I think. But yeah, if I can buy if I can buy a cartridge version, then I will. The only reason for that is because if I don't know, I just feel like having a cartridge it holds value, you know, like, because if, say for example, 10 years time, Nintendo Switch game servers go down or whatever, you've got nothing, you've wasted your money, you know. Whereas with these, I could sell these.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Skyrim too. I didn't hear you say that.
But
like I've never actually dabbled with Skyrim, but I feel like I need to.
It's really good on the Switch.
Is it?
Yeah, surprisingly good. Same as LA Noire as well. I don't think LA Noire is really a great game for the Switch, but I'm hoping that LA Noire was just a tester for Rockstar, and I'm hoping that they're planning GTA 5 for the Switch. You know,
GTA 5, maybe Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they were just testing the water with LA Noire and seeing how people would bite to a game made by Rockstar on a Switch. And obviously LA Noire is a little bit easier to port over than GTA 5. So I'm hoping that people have supported them releasing that and bought it, and then they see some nice numbers and they're like, fuck it, yeah, let's bring GTA 5 on Switch.
Okay, so what games are you looking forward to this year? Into that, well, first off, what was your top 3 games of 2017?
Oh, I've played so many games. Oh, let me have a look. See, I dabbled with some games that didn't come out last year too, so
Same here, which is 3. So
yeah. I mean, I guess the well, the top 3 that I played last year, you know, that I enjoyed. Wolfenstein 2.
Ooh,
I really enjoyed that. I didn't enjoy it quite as much as the New Order, but I had fun with it, and I played it all the way through, and that was good. The Evil Within 2 was probably my game of the year. Yeah, it's. I think the Evil Within 2 is so nuts. I spent a lot of time on that when I really didn't think I was going to touch it, because the first one was pretty janky. The first one wasn't too great. Did you play that?
I played a little bit of the first one. So
did it feel? It feel a little bit? Did it not really stick with you? Like it was just a bit like, oh, what's all the fuss about? Oh, the intro's cool, but now it just kind of
that's it. Like I thought the intro was cool. After that, I was like, oh,
yeah. Whereas the Evil Within 2, the whole game, I loved it. It was just I felt like it was just awesome. And the cutscenes were really good. The voice acting sometimes was really cheesy, but but graphically it looks really, really good. I just think the I don't know what it is, but you know, thinking about it, I think it kind of reminded me, like, I just loved like some of the cutscenes in there. I think that some of the cutscenes were just really good. Like just the level design was just nuts as well. Like you'd be looking one direction, and then you would hear something behind you, so you would do a quick turn, and then you'd be like, "Oh, there's nothing there." You would turn around again, and the level was completely different, and you're in a completely different area.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and it's just like shit. Like, and then yeah, it's just I just really enjoyed it, and I played it a lot, and I bought it twice. I played it through on PC, and then when I got the Xbox One X, I was like, you know, I want to see what this 4K patch is all about and see how it looks on the Xbox, and it looks really good on there. I need to play for it again on the Xbox, but I really enjoyed it. I guess the next one to that would be, I'd probably say Call of Duty World War II.
Call of Duty. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's not. I think it's good. I think it's a really I've been having a lot of fun with the multiplayer.
Okay. I mean, like your list is crazy. That's all I got to say. Like, it's different.
Yeah,
it's
that's
different,
me, man.
And I love it. I love that it's different. It just shows us how abstract gaming can be to all of us. It's just amazing to hear. Like, your list is different completely from mine. Like, I love it.
Yeah, but I mean, those are probably the three that stand out to me. I'm just having another quick look up there. Assassin's Creed Origins. I was just gonna say I dabbled with it. I appreciate it, but it's just another one of those games that's like, this map is huge. There's so much to do. I really like how they've differed it up a bit, and they've taken a bit of a break and then come back, and I appreciate it. It's in my backlog. I need to go back to it. I liked what I played, but that's one that I wished was in the top 3.
Okay, but I can see it.
What about you?
Oh, me? My top 3 is like it came to I count you down. Number 3, Cuphead.
I completely missed that game.
Did you really?
Yeah, completely missed it.
You got an Xbox One X, you got a computer. There's no reason for you not to check the game out.
There is $20. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the reason why I've missed out on this game is because I've got 1,000 others that I need to play.
Yeah.
And that's why.
Yeah,
but I know.
You don't have backward catalogs because that's the reason. No, but I understand the point of back cataloging, and I personally didn't want to have a back catalog, but the more I go through video games and want to play this game, it looks like there's always going to be a back catalog. There's just no stopping it. But that's even like when I want to review a game or something. It's like I got to put so much time into this, like as much time as I want, review it, get to the next game. It's just always going to be that way. What I'm saying is that your back catalog is cool, but like number 3, Cuphead, it's never beat it. Like me and my friend were playing it together, and like we had this thing, it was like team backpack. Whoever's going to carry the team is going to be team backpack, and like sometimes it'd be him, sometimes it'd be me. But it made me feel like a better gamer because, like, I know you've seen the level design of it. It's just hard. It's just probably one of the hardest games I've ever played in my life, and it's just like, damn, it's something completely different. But like each time I felt better. Like it's kind of like Dark Souls, like where you take a break, go get something to eat, then come back to your boss, and you're like, oh shit, that was actually pretty easy. I don't know why the 15th time was better than the first one.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing, exciting thing, and I can't wait to go back and try to beat it.
I love the style of it though, like how it's all hand drawn, and You know how
Yeah.
it's like an old school cartoon. Like I love how it looks. Like
Oh yeah, it kind of when I look at it, because like it's one of my favorite fighting games of all time. It reminds me of Street Fighter.
really,
Just yeah, really does. Just the idea of it being side control. No, not Street Fighter. It's like the new Dragon Ball Fighter Z, kind of like that.
okay, yeah.
Like I haven't played. Like I've seen a lot of gameplay for that, so it kind of resembles that, and I like it. But you can tell there's a significant difference between Cuphead and that game, and it's great. Number 2 for me is actually Breath of the Wild.
Okay, that's fair. I forget that came out. I forget that came out last year. It came out March.
Yeah, March.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I look at that game as like it's one of my favorite games of all time, and like if you had the Wii U. Do you have the Wii U?
I did.
Okay, I did too. So, like, the only reason I got the Wii U is for Super Smash Brothers and Zelda. That was the only two.
A long wait.
That was a long wait. So
Yeah.
when they said that the Switch was coming out and Zelda was for it, it was like, do I want to play it on the Wii U or do I want to play it on the new console and take a chance of, hardware bugs and
filling
out and stuff? Yeah. Not really knowing, but I was just like, you know what, I want to take a chance, and like that's what really made me go like, okay, cool, I really like this. Like I like that I got the Switch. I love Zelda. Yeah. Being able to take it on the way to go, like we're going somewhere. We're going to like on a car trip. Oh, I can take the Switch with me and just play. Like exactly, I'm still playing Zelda. Yeah, and like just that capability to be able to do it. And then my number one. Like I said, I don't know how you feel about JRPGs, but my number 1 game is Persona 5.
Okay. Yeah, no. Persona. Yeah, I've heard a lot of things about it. I heard a lot of things.
Oh, yeah. Like, that game, because, like, when I look at it, like, if I told you my number 4 game is Nier Automata.
Oh, I almost bought that today.
Oh, you need it.
Yeah, I almost bought it. I had a look on eBay, and there was a guy who just put one up for £30, which is probably like $40.
Okay.
Or something like that. I don't know how the conversion rates are now.
Okay.
And I almost done it, but the trouble is, like, with the job thing, I'd need to try and make my money stretch until I get my next pay from the new job. So
yeah,
so I held back. So
yeah, but like what's so dear about Nier Automata to me is that it's actually the first game I've ever reviewed. So that's like way before I get this laptop that I'm using right now. It was like I was waiting for this to come in, and I was like, well, maybe I should just go ahead and play Nier and just go ahead and get that feel out. And like that game had me in tears as composed to like Persona. I was fist pumping at the end of the damn game. It was just like that's how different I felt as gaming. Like I can fist pump all the way through in this Super Mario Odyssey without spoiling anything for listeners who haven't played it yet. I think I smiled so many times in that game. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's how I remember. Yeah. The first time I played Odyssey was I was at my fiance's house, and she was just thought she was on the sofa, and her little boy was on the sofa as well, and he goes, game, let's play game. And I was like, yeah, why not? So I had Mario Odyssey. I pulled it out and popped it in, and then we were all just sort of sat on the couch, and she was on her phone doing her thing, and her boy was watching the game, and he liked what he saw. He was instantly sort of hooked on it, and there was just moments in that game which I was like, this is nice. Like this is, I don't know what it is. It just makes you happy playing it.
Yeah, and like I got someone that I got a friend that I talk about sometimes. Like she like really like her version of video games when we first saw it was that she only saw 2K because of her ex-boyfriend, like NBA 2K. That's all he would ever play, and I guess it kind of dampened like what she might have thought video games were, because there was more to video games. Of course, there's more to it. And then like when I said like, well, you're gonna play Super Mario Odyssey with me. You're gonna play Odyssey with me. I don't care. Like you're gonna play it. And she goes, okay, cool, I'll play it.
She could be like, she could be that though.
Yeah, she took it, like she played first, and like I told her like throw your hat at the T-Rex, and like she threw it, and she goes like, "Is this life?" Like I've never seen someone look so happy playing Mario. It was like wow. And she was like, "Fuck 2K." I'm like, "Oh yeah, there you go." But I love NBA 2K. I love 2K. It was just the fact that she said it like that. I was like, "Oh god, that's really funny." But like, just thrills in that, and like to see Persona, like really made me go like, I've looked at things differently since I played that damn game. It's just like,
How many hours did you sink into it?
150.
You know what? That's the same as I did for Metal Gear Solid 5.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny though. Like
Metal Gear Solid 5 was about 148, 149.
Well, I've seen the game. I've seen gameplay for that. I actually have that game, so I get that you need to like boost and rank for squads.
Yeah.
And for Snake, which I know that's without spoiling it. Spoiler alert! If you want to say, I know that's really not the real Solid Snake. So it's like because like number 5 is really the first one. It's like a prequel.
So Metal Gear Solid 5 is technically the third.
Oh, okay.
Because it would go Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, which was a PSP game. It would go then Metal Gear Solid 3, and then Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, and then the Phantom Pain, and then 1, 2, 4. It's really weird.
Okay. Like you know it. I don't.
Yeah, it's so strange, but I sunk a lot of time into that game, and you know, I go back to it now though, and I think, and I play the game, and I'm like, this is too easy, like
Yeah.
And it just feels too easy. Like as much as I love that game, it's such a shame that Konami are just such assholes.
Yeah, it's like really forced Kojima off the project that he created. It's like really, man.
Yeah, honestly.
So like when you see him come out for Death Stranding, you're like, oh, okay, fuck you too then.
Yeah. But it's such a shame because they cancelled PT. They cancelled. They basically cut Metal Gear Solid 5 short. I think Kojima was just costing them too much money. I think that's basically what it all comes down to.
Yeah,
I think
I'm saying because like at the end of the day, it's like we talk about pricing of video games, but like we just gotta keep in mind how much really goes into making a video game.
100%.
Like 100%. I think we all lose that. I think we all lose sight of that because but that's why we have feedback and like go for it and tell developers this is what we need. Like because I know you know what happened to Star Wars Battlefront 2. That was just atrocious.
Yeah, to say the least.
I mean, like, good God, like I wanted to play that game. I was ready, but
I did buy it.
How was it?
Disappointed.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it just didn't feel the same playing it with all that shit that was going on.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And while I was playing it, I was thinking to myself, I feel dirty playing this game.
Oh yeah, I think there's some games like where you see like something big comes out, like some scandal, you're just like, should I really play the game now? Yeah. Does that make me support what they wanted to happen in the game?
Exactly.
Or behind the scenes? Because I know have you heard of Detroit Becoming Human?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't remember his name.
David Cage.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like Photoshops going around the office and stuff, isn't there? And
yeah, it's just like wow, man. Like,
it sounds kind of funny though. But
whatever, man. I was actually about to buy the game too. I was like, oh, I see this. I'll just wait. I'll wait for a price drop.
Yeah, the thing is though, it's another one of those things where it's like there's people coming out and saying this and that, but you just never know what's true anymore. You know, like it's all like all this shit with Kevin Spacey. You know, like all these allegations and you know, like I mean, it's just nobody knows what the truth is. Like, and
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just pissed off I won't ever see the ending of House of Cards.
You say that they're still releasing like half a season.
Oh, I know. I'm just kidding. Like, I want to see the
I know
ending.
what you mean.
Like, if you would have waited like 2 more years, I wouldn't care. I just want to see the ending. Like shit. I'm like, oh, he did that? Okay, I fucking hate him now. But no, he did it in the middle of where I can't see the end of Kevin Spacey. Dude, House of Cards.
Yeah.
But anyways, what games are you excited for this year, man? Danny?
I'll probably say Far Cry 5 is really I'm really excited for Far Cry 5. Did you see they're remastering Far Cry 3 as well?
Are they?
Yeah, yeah. Did you play that?
I can play the Far Cry game, so that would be good to go back and try play.
Far Cry 3 is probably the better out of the ones that have come out so far. Far Cry 3 had the villain Vars. Did you see the trailers or anything?
Yeah, I've seen gameplay of Far Cry 3. I'm just
but they're basically it's I think it's kind of going to be another like Infinite Warfare Legacy Edition thing, which is a bit annoying. Yeah.
That. Like, you don't want Infinite War. You just want the code that's inside of it.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, Far Cry 5 looks awesome anyway. So, I mean, I don't mind buying the extra version, but basically, you have to get the gold edition to get the Far Cry 3 remastered. I think I don't know if they're releasing it separately, but I think you get it like 4 weeks early if you get the gold edition, and you just get given it for free as well. So I'm assuming that you get it in advance, and then people that just want to buy it separately have to wait like 4 weeks after. But still, for them to do that though is really good, because I loved Far Cry 3, and it's going to be really cool to play through Far Cry 5 and then go back to my favorite one.
Okay. So, anything else on your list?
There's no way Death Stranding's coming out this year, is there?
Gameplay footage might be finally shown at E3, but that's it. That's all I can think of.
Yeah, Kojima's going to rinse that dev cycle. He's going to get as long as he can.
Mm-hmm.
God of War. I'm really excited for God of War.
420, blaze it.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that, and obviously Red Dead Redemption 2.
October. I can't believe they pushed it back again.
I know. Yeah, I know. I think that was supposed to be coming out in like the next couple of months. I think.
Yeah, it's supposed to be springtime. So I was like, oh, push back.
God, so pissed off. I could have cried, man. I could have cried. But it looks good. It looks really good, and they're not going to fuck it up. You know, what's the point releasing it if it's not ready? Like, you know, it's Rockstar. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, I remember like one of my friends told me when they said that they pushed back GTA a couple of months. Like, they told them like, "Why are you doing it?" Like, they said, "It's GTA. It's gonna fucking sell. Don't worry." Like, shit.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Look what we're doing.
Yeah.
And, like, honestly, like, because like I said, like, I'm into it new. I've never played Red Dead Redemption, so I'm ready to play this Red Dead Redemption 2 to see what the big fuss is about.
Yeah.
It's like, it looks great. It looks amazing. Like, and like, I'll go ahead and say this. Like, I really don't care too much for GTA, but hear me out before it is. I love GTA's story. Love it to the fantasticness. It was just that when I was growing up, the only thing people were doing, like in the household, they were playing the game. They were just going around just shooting, killing people, putting in cheat codes.
Yeah.
And like, cheat codes, for anyone that hasn't mentioned it on the show, is that, you know, just be able to cheat the game, the system, to like make yourself better, having an ability that you shouldn't really be having in the game. Like, you'll be racing against the cops with 5 stars, which is the highest you can get in the game, right? Or is it 4 stars? 5?
5 or 6. I think you can get 6. I don't know.
Like you get that much, and it goes like, well, let's put in this cheat code real quick and make the cops go away. And like I saw that for hours upon hours, and it just made me not like the game. But like when I saw GTA 4 storyline and GTA 5 story, it's amazing. Like I don't know why anyone would not want to play it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
But like
I was going to say I'm not a fan of the online.
Oh,
like I'd much rather just play the single player.
Okay. Like I said, I'm really thrilled and ready to play something like GTA. So if Red Dead Western, a lot of horse riding, I'll take it.
Yeah. No, it's a shame you never played the first one.
I've seen the first one, and that was what made me go like, oh well, no. I didn't seem too appealing, but I've seen like Vice City, San Andreas, and it's like from that point on. But it is a shame. Like I regret not playing them when I had the chance to, but now that you can't rewrite the past, so it's like I can still make up for it, and everybody could.
Yeah.
So it's very good. Do you have any questions for me? Like we're not short on time or anything. I'm just curious.
What was that?
So you have any questions for me?
Yeah. I mean, like outside of like Red Dead and like all the main things, is there like anything that is on your radar? Like,
oh shoot,
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. So
yeah,
that's I just connect with Spider-Man more than any other comic book hero, and like that's just I feel like a lot of nerds should feel that way, who are just like might not get the girl they want, but all of a sudden like they do end up with her. And like being geeky, not really super powered kind of guy. He's more about saving others. I mean, like just any other superhero that's good. But the one game that I really am interested in playing, and I have this game. I've had it for maybe 3 years. I've never opened it because like I couldn't find another copy. It's this little DS game, and it's coming out for Nintendo, and it's called The World Ends With You.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever heard of the series, the game. The World Ends With You?
Oh no. Yeah, I'm just having a quick look. No, I haven't seen it anywhere. I'm just looking at it now.
Yeah. It's coming out for the Switch. It comes out this year, and that game means a lot to me just based off the name alone. The World Ends With You, and like I had it while I was in college. I've had it for like 3 or 4 years, and like I found a copy of it, and it was unopened, and I just didn't want to open it.
I know that feeling.
Like I said, I just really just didn't want to open it because like I know the story, I know everything that's behind it, but I really want to play the game, and like to see it announced on the Switch was like great. I finally get to play this damn game.
Yeah,
like, there's no way, like, cause like my DS copy is still unsealed. Like, I have a friend that like I didn't have Majora's Mask and Zelda Majora's Mask, and like I gave her collateral, and she said, "Well, I'll play this game someday." Well, when the World Ends With You got announced for the Switch earlier last month, she said, like, "Hey, Perry, your copy's still unsealed." I was like, "Oh, wow." I'm like, "It's still sealed." I'm like, "Oh, wow. Okay, thank you." She's like, "Yeah, now you get to play it on the Nintendo Switch." I'm like, "Yeah, I can't wait." So that game means a lot to me because, like, a game like that reminds me of The Last Guardian. I don't know if you got the chance to play it.
Yeah, I heard in one of the other episodes that you it just sort of connected with you on like a whole different level kind of thing. Like you said, yeah. I'd be honest, I played it for a bit, but again it's something I need to get back to.
Yeah.
But I really do want to, especially when you mentioned it in that episode of when you did that one. it just made me think, and I was like, oh, I was so psyched for that game for so long, and
Yeah.
and then it came out just completely out of the blue, in the middle of other things, and it's just on my desk.
Yeah, that's just chilling. But like that gets me psyched for like playing Shadow of the Colossus, which comes out to because I'm never gonna play it, so I'm ready to fucking play against one of the all-time greatest.
Yeah.
You know what people call it? Did you like it?
What, Shadow of the Colossus?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadow. No, I never played it when it came out, but I want to get the remastered.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah, it does. I was like, oh god, I gotta play this.
Yeah.
And, like one of my friends was gracious enough to like buy the game for me. He said, because like we're going to a concert to see Tom Segura, like here in the States, and like I said, like I paid for everybody's ticket. I said, well, instead of paying me back, you just pay me, you just buy the game for me. You know, it's like, consider it ordered. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go. I don't have to pay for it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, what game would you recommend me to play?
I think. Oh man, that's so hard. There's so many.
Great.
I'd probably say to try Skyrim on your Switch.
Skyrim. Okay.
Yeah.
How big is your gigabyte, your hard drive on it? Just out of curiosity.
How much does it take?
I mean, how much did you get an SD card?
Yeah, I got a 128.
128. Did you go out there making a 514 gigabyte potentially for the Switch?
Shit. I don't know if we'll need that yet.
Okay. I think a game that you should try. I think it just came out. It's Celeste. I don't know if you've heard of it yet.
What was it?
It's called Celeste.
It's breaking up a bit, mate.
Celeste. Celeste. Can you hear me?
Celeste.
Yeah. I just typed it over there. You can see it. Celeste.
Celeste. Okay, so like a 2D platformer kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, like,
I think I saw that actually on the store. I sort of browsed past it.
it's got a 10 out of 10 on the IGN site, so it's like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I do need something else on the Switch, so I might actually look at that. What is it that makes it different?
I think it's just a way that I haven't played it yet personally, but I'm gonna grab it. Like, it looks so cool. It's different to the intent of actually, go through a level in a way like it looked hard to actually get through. It's kind of like a Ninja Warrior kind of game. When I looked at it, like, oh, well, how the hell are you supposed to get through this level?
Yeah,
It's different and fun. I don't know in terms based of story, but like if I were to tell you a good story game to play, whew, gosh, I think that you should really go back and dabble with Persona 5.
yeah. It's
Yes.
I haven't really. I mean, I follow Greg Miller, and he. Do you follow Greg Miller?
Kind of funny, hell yeah.
Yeah. And he was just obsessed with it, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's obsessed. But he's like, you feel like he doesn't have enough time to play Persona 5. He doesn't want to. He wants to show it love. That's what he says.
But it seems it seems like a very, very different game to what I've played. I wish there was like a demo or something, and I could just download it and give it a go for like an hour. But I mean, I know that an hour is not really enough time to play that.
But no, if not, then you really should check out Nier Automata. It's something different about that game.
Yeah.
If you like the whole sci-fi feel, because like granted, Metal Gear Solid and like you like that little twist and turn. And like I know people say like there's different endings. It's like it's one ending, just done differently.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you beat this side, so you gotta do this person's side. You just continue the story. It's just greatness. Like I didn't play the first year, but they said like there's just a hint of the old one. You'll love it regardless. And like I really appreciate the game for what it did for me as a gamer, and for me to decide I actually want to review games.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. So what was it about The Last Guardian then that made it so? So just remind me. Yeah, yeah. Like, what was it that I know you spoke about it before, but just to jog my memory.
Okay, it's well, it's like I saw it the year before it came out the year prior to when it came out, when it was announced at E3 that was being made. I personally didn't have a console whatsoever to play at home. Like I was just graduating and had I had a 360. I had Xbox 360 and Nintendo 2DS. That's all I had. My friend, one of my best friends, he gave me he let me buy his PlayStation 3, and I started building off that. And I remember watching E3 and they announced Final Fantasy VII. They announced The Last Guardian. They announced Shenmue. That's the name of the game. And I remember that E3. I was like, well, shoot, I really need a PlayStation 4 because all these games are coming out. Yeah, I did up getting it. It was cool, but I didn't have the finances like we were talking about to actually get it.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I said, I think it's most in depth. We're going into the story. It was just cool. And then the following year, one of my friends, shout out to Sean Waters, she really said, hey, me and my boyfriend Alex Sutton, who's been on the podcast since day one, really good friend. We said we don't need 2 PlayStation 4s. Would you like to buy one off of us? I said, sure, I'll buy one off of you. And they were gracious enough to allow me to buy it, hold it for me to buy. And I think about that, and I remember the following year, all the games were coming out, and then Final Fantasy 15 was coming out, and Last Guardian said that it was coming out, and I beat Final Fantasy 15 because Final Fantasy is my favorite series, one of my favorite series of all time. But when I played The Last Guardian, it was something different because it was the first game that me and my little sister played the game together.
Yeah, yeah.
Thoroughly together. She was only 17 at the time or so, and it was just something that she actually started appreciating video games for what they are. She didn't know what platinum trophy is. And I'll tell the story. We got in a fight over it because I said look, I want to beat this game in 5 hours because so we can get the trophy. We got in a fight because she didn't know what that meant. And then when I showed it to her, she's like, oh, okay, cool, let's do it. We never did, but we appreciate the game so much. It bonded us like a brother and sister better than I'm saying years prior, bro. Years prior, that game made us feel more like a brother and sister, and I'd do anything for my sister, of course.
Yeah.
But playing that game and seeing the ending was really demoralizing for what you went through with Trico. And the ability to see that and to play with my sister was which made me start this podcast, because it was I feel so influenced in a different way playing this one game that it made me a better gamer, a better person, and just what I want to do in life. And it was a great overall experience too, because it's just a video game. But I just got that out of that one game, and ever since that game, I've seen it in every single game I played, something different, something new.
I am going to play that later.
Play it, I've actually had one of my friends from school just beat the game. She's like, "This is a really good game." I'm like, "Yeah, it is."
Yeah, I mean, I played
I
played a bit of the first part, and I got quite stuck. It was quite difficult to sort of know
yeah,
what to do.
like it is annoying because like Trico is a pet, so you got to think of it like, why the fuck are you doing it?
Yeah,
And, like, that's how me and my sister are feeling the same way through. It's like, what the fuck? I'm like, I don't know.
So, oh, what's she doing? Oh, sniffing her butt again.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell? Let's go.
Yeah.
I need you to point this way. And then like that one scene, like where the big action scene happens, and
Yeah.
like I think I got super hyped. I was like dancing, like Draco, stand right there, man, stand right there. I gotta jump. And like it was just awesome. Like and seeing my sister go like, "You good?" I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get back on it.
Yeah, but you have any more questions for me, sir?
No, man, I'm all good. I am gonna have to head off though as well, actually.
You're fine. Like I said, is there one more question? Is there any games you would like to see AWOD Gamer review this year?
I am. I want to see how you. I want to see how you handle Doom. I want to see how you feel about that.
Doom. Okay, I will put that on the list. Doom for Switch. Got it.
Yeah. Do Switch. Yeah. I think you'll enjoy it a lot more on the Switch because if you've already got the Switch and you love how that system works, and I mean, I play it on the Switch as well, and I really enjoy it. I think the Switch will probably help with motion sickness. I think as well because it's running at a lower frame rate on the Switch, and obviously it's a bit of a smaller screen, so I don't think you'll have much of an issue with that.
Okay,
so,
I will definitely check out that. And like I said, like you're more than welcome to come back on the show, man. You did your thing.
Yeah.
Where can we find you at on the internet?
So yeah, you could find me at mainly on Twitter. So that would be at Danny DANNYREA for Ria or Ray 95. So Danny Ria 95.
Okay.
So yeah.
And you can find me on the internet at Agent Platypus 23. This has been AWOD Gaming, episode 33 with Danny Ray. Thank you for coming on the show, man. It really means a lot. This will be on anytime, man. This will be on iTunes and any of your other podcast directories. If you like the show, please leave a review on iTunes or Google Play or wherever you go through, because it really helps the show. See what you like. And also, it keeps the mics on as we go through this year. And let's continue this good vibe that we have through 2018. And from us and to over the pond, you all have a good night. It is Super Bowl Sunday here in America, so enjoy it. All right. Yeah, take it easy night, guys.